Good morning. Today we're going to add and subtract in scientific notation. So as always, please complete the do now, watch the screencast video, and then complete the Google form on adding and subtracting in scientific notation. When you're done, it's best you complete the reflection. So if you can remember from yesterday, the first number or the factor has to be any number from 1 to 10, but it cannot include 10. And then there's always a base of 10 to an integer power, and that's scientific notation. So when we do today, you're going to see two numbers in scientific notation that we are going to add and subtract. So to add or subtract numbers written in scientific notation with the same power of 10, you just add and subtract the factors. So for example, if I had 1 times 10 to the second plus 2 times 10 to the second, I could just add the factors, add 1 and 2, and I would get 3 times 10 to the second. However, if they don't have the same power, you have to make them have the same power first. So let me show you a quick example of what I mean. So if you have 1 and 2 tenths times 10 to the third power plus 5 and 6 tenths times 10 to the second power. You have to make them the same power before you can add the factors, okay? So it's easiest if I am going to change this to 10 to the third, and when I do that, I am going to move it one place to the left. So now it's going to become 56 hundredths times 10 to the third. So I just rewrite it, changing it to have the same power. It doesn't matter which one you change, whatever is easiest for you. So now because they have the same power, I can just add the factors. So I have 1 and 2 tenths plus 56 hundredths is going to give me 1 and 76 hundredths times 10 to the third. Okay, so you have to make it to the same power first. Okay, so the first one's very easy because if you'll notice, they both have the 10 to the third. So it's going to be times 10 to the third. And now I just have to add the factors. So I add 4 and 6 tenths plus 8 and 72 hundredths. And you get 13 and 32 hundredths. So you might say, now I'm done. But you are actually not done because you need to write it in scientific notation. And we know 13 is not scientific notation. So I am going to move my decimal place one more time to the left, and I'm going to make it 1 and 332 thousandths. And now I have to increase my exponent, so it's times 10 to the fourth. Okay, so when it has the same power, you just add the factors. Just make sure your answer's in scientific notation. If you look at the second example, we are subtracting, but first we have to make it scientific, make them the same power. So I am going to move my decimal one place to the left, and I'm going to increase this to make it 10 to the negative second. So this is going to be 66 hundredths times 10 to the negative second. And now I can keep my exponent as 10 to the negative second and subtract my factors. So I have 3 and 5 tenths minus 66 hundredths. And I get 2 and 84 hundredths times 10 to the negative second. And that's in scientific notation, so I'm done. I'm going to do two more examples with you. So the main thing is you have to get them to the same exponent, okay? So in this case, if I want to get this to a positive 10 to the second power, I need to move my decimal over 3 places. So that would be how I'd rewrite 3 and 41 hundredths times 10 to the negative first if I want to change it to 10 to the second power. And now when I have them both at the same power, I keep my 10 to the second power and I'm going to add my factors. So I add 8 and 2 tenths plus 341 hundred thousandths, and I get 8 and 20,341 hundred thousands. So that is my answer. It's in scientific notation. So the last example, they are both written in scientific notation. They have the same power, so I'm going to keep it times 10 to the negative fifth. And now I just need to subtract my factors. So I would get 3 3/10 times 10 to the negative fifth. And as long as my answer is in scientific notation, I am done. So please try your best. If you need help, it's best you join Zoom at 11:30 a.m. Use the link you received in your email. If you did not get it, please email me. Remember, use the caret for the exponent. Every answer should be expressed in scientific notation. Remember, to add or subtract in scientific notation, you have to have the same power. Okay? Have a good day.